On Wednesday, January 19th, 78 SCACS members attended the association's annual Retail Day. This was a record attendance with members representing both the retailer and supplier sides of our industry. The events of Retail Day 2011 were altered when the House made a decision the day before to change their session start time. Upon notification of the change, Association Executive Director Lee Faircloth and Association Lobbyist Robert Adams immediately began to work on alternative plans. Executive Director Faircloth contacted members by email and phone, alerting them that the show would go on, although it would be a different agenda than the one previously planned. On Wednesday morning, all of those who signed up, and even a few more, started their day at the Capital City Club with a briefing by the association's lobbyist. The briefing included a review of the association's newest communications tool, a video update. Next, the crowd walked over to the Blatt Building, the home of the House members' offices, and the committee meeting rooms. Here, the association members were able to visit a committee room and visit with several key legislators during the Speaker of the House, Representative Bobby Harrell, and the Chairman of the House Labor, Commerce, and Industry Committee, Representative Bill Sandifer. Association members filled the meeting room and even lined the walls and spilled into the hallway to hear the Speaker address the group. The Speaker, who generally is running the proceedings in the House chamber during the association's previous retail days and unable to step into the lobby to greet his constituents, was wowed by the size of the crowd of the members in attendance. Mr. Speaker addressed the group and even took time to answer questions and thank the members for the jobs they create, the taxes they pay, and the role they play in the state's economy. Next, the Chairman of the House Labor, Commerce, and Industry Committee, Representative Bill Sandifer, addressed the members. Chairman Sandifer shared his appreciation for small business and even mentioned the efforts of the one C-store in his home district. Most legislation affecting SCACS and its members is addressed by the Labor, Commerce, and Industry Committee. Meeting in the very room where testimony and decisions will be made helps members better understand the legislative process. After visiting with these key legislators, the crowd of members moved to the lobby of the Lieutenant Governor's office. And the newly elected Lieutenant Governor, Ken Ard, who had at one time owned a C-store, addressed the group and thanked those in the crowd who supported his efforts to be elected. He shared his small-town approach to politics. Quote, "It's not protocol, it's who to call," inviting members to call him directly and when there are issues that he can help address. The group was extremely appreciative of the time and attention it was given by these very important leaders in the legislative process. Following the three meetings, the group toured the Senate and House chambers and the lobby that so many have heard about. Directions and explanations were shared about the process of asking to see a legislator when they're in session. This is particularly important because there will no doubt be a time in the future when members are asked to come to the State House to work on specific issues. So far this year, the convenience store industry and our SCACS members don't seem to have the same bullseye on their back as they've had in the past several years, addressing an increasing tobacco tax, possible soft drink tax, etc., meaning that as of the first few weeks of session, there are no major pieces of legislation directly affecting convenience store owners and operators. That doesn't mean that the SCACS leadership and lobbying team will let their guard down, though. In fact, the success of the 2011 Retail Day educational process means we now have more players on that team. Although the events of the day did not turn out exactly proposed in advance, it is believed that the results were actually better than expected. It seems the adage, "the only certainty of the legislature is uncertainty," still remains true, and the SCACS members were successful in adapting to the situation and made the most of it. Based on the feedback and comments from the day's events, the association is considering a second day, a return trip, to the State House later in the session. We thank those who gave their time to attend Retail Day 2011 and encourage everyone to stay tuned.